are in the craft of the sport of boxing, there's no limitations, and just running in the mountains just proves that I belong in this sport. I continue to show why I work hard and why I am the undisputed world champion at 130. So it just gets better, and when you have a great team around you and people who want to see the same vision and it works, there's nothing better than that.
It's different over here. It's special. She's she's got a chance to see Devin work, and we see Alycia work. I mean, when you talk about Alycia, you talk about a fighter with not only a special skill set, but she has a tremendous heart. And we've been seeing in here. My daughter, who's 9 years old, is uh, tremendously, thoroughly impressed with Alycia. She says she's going to fight that guy. So she's in there sparring. She's in there sparring guys, and you know what I mean, just really putting in that work. So we're as equally impressed by her. It says about her as a fighter to me to even go up to two weight classes, to 100 147 pounds, and attempt to make a fight with a tremendous fighter like Claressa Shields. And I don't really see no girls, no chicks running up on either one of them, Alycia or
Bill, you kind of
okay,
cut out for a
um,
second.
uh, Claressa has had her, but it's a new female fighter that's on the scene, on the scene, and unfortunately, in the boxing business, when you're that close in weight and both being queens and both being from America, it's not a whole lot of space. I've always been a big fan of women's boxing, a fan of Claressa's, and also a fan of Alycia's. But I'm kind of here today saying that Alycia should be given a lot more credit in terms of coming up from 130 and attempting to put this kind of fight on at 147. And if the fight happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, in my opinion, two beautiful women that did amazing things in the sport. But I come from an environment that, you know what I mean, that the violence and all those things don't play the same role in sports and boxing, because if we set the tone that who gonna do what when they see him and how it's going to be, but I'm not gonna take anything. Or if I just gave you my, I'm gonna just fall back and let everybody talk. But here,
For sure, bro. For sure, Bill. Appreciate the words. So boxing nerd, did you have any questions for Alycia?
Just one quick question. Why do you, not so much feel, but how do you feel about the altercation you guys had yesterday, and what did you pull from that, and how her energy was towards you, Claressa, that is?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. Honestly, when I go to a fight, I'm about my business. I'm there for one thing, and that's to enjoy the fights, right? They came. Chris Mannix came, did a short little interview with me. I kept it short, simple, and classy. I know my mouth, and I know that I can say a whole lot, but there's only so much to say, right? And I kept it short, simple, and the fight continued, and fight was over. It was time to go in the back. Honestly, I knew bumping into Claressa, it could have been one or the other thing. Again, I don't have to step to nobody. I'm about my business. I'm a grown woman. I move with class. Okay. I'm about to go to the back. Oh, girl, just jump in my face. Now when you have your personal space being interrupted by something. Now there's going to be confrontation, right? And I'm just seeing Claressa is desperate. Claressa is desperate to be seen, to be heard. And as you could see, she doing a whole lot of rah rah. She yelling. She can't even have like a simple back and forth. And when we have this back and forth, there has to be some sort of substance when you talking. To say I'm broke, to call me a drug cheat, what is that even saying? At this point, you still not trying to make a fight. You trying to make things like just there's no substance to the conversation. So for me, I'm just like, why am I going to continue to stand here? You know, I'm trying to eat. I'm hungry. You know what I mean? So it just showed me obviously Claressa's character, who she's always been. She's a very insecure woman. A lot of people don't know the full story. I know a lot of people were like, oh, they were friends first and this and the other. I was cordial with this girl because that's just who I am. I get along with a lot of people. But I knew there was underlying issues when it came to Claressa. My spirit told me about that. You know what I'm saying? And this is what people really have to understand is Claressa been envious of me. That's why she probably wanted to be my friend. That's probably why she wanted to be close to me. Cool. But when that stuff, that envious and jealous spirit get to eating at you because you can't be that person or you trying to be that person, it don't work. And that's just what that is. And again, this whole situation got turned into something personal because I was asked a simple question about would I fight Claressa? And I said yes. This would be an opportunity for two great women, two champions to come together to make a bag and put on for the sport. That was my whole intention from the get-go. But of course, Claressa took it personal, and here we are today talking about it.
That's a great point. Y'all are such big names, right? Like, and I'm always about the big name fights. I think the fans want it. So, if you look at that, a lot of people disagree and say that she may be too big for you. What do you have to say to those fans?
Listen, this be too big. I get it. An average person be like, oh, she's too big. Claressa my size. That's how I feel. In my mind, I can beat Claressa on any given day. Y'all gotta understand, I've been fighting big girls my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I came up, started boxing at 8 years old. I couldn't get a lot of fights, so I had to fight bigger girls. And what I learned from that and that experience I gained from that is when you're great at what you do, it don't matter the size of the person, okay? And that showed me time after time after time. My experience, my skill set is way superior than Claressa Shields. I know this. I don't care about her size. The girl was slow. The girl slapped with her punches. Like people really got to pay attention. I pay attention to the smallest detail when it comes to this boxing stuff. Now I'm not taking away from her credit or what she's done in the sport. She's done what she's had to do, right? But to say she bigger than me, cool, say that. I just know I can beat her. I know my skill set. I know what I got in my bag, and a lot of people haven't seen me yet at the pinnacle of my career. I'm really stepping into that right now, and the world's going to see that when I fight Delphine. Delphine is a great opponent. I'm defending my titles against her. This is going to show why I am who I say I am. This girl is a come forward fighter. She's 30. She's, you know, very sloppy with her punches. But again, skills pay the bills.
Hey, Alycia, this is Ron over at Fight Hype, and I was there at you guys getting into it. I'm just gonna ask, like, how does this fight get made? Like, would a catchweight work? Like, just because she's screaming 154, I know that you had your point of her saying she'll fight, 147 for, a cyborg, and now with you it's 154. So would a catchweight work, or like, how does this fight even get made?
So this is my thing, and that's a great question. Again, I've only said 140, 147 because Claressa has said that out of her mouth multiple times. I have text messages. We have the screenshots of her saying 147. If you're calling these other girls out, an MMA fighter at 147, why aren't we able to make 147? If you need a nutritionist, then get that. If you can't make the weight, then just say that. You know what I mean? Don't say, oh, I'm not coming to 47 because you're a drug cheat. Like that don't even correspond like with what we're talking about. I'm only going off of what she said, which was the 147. And I think that's a fair weight. I really do. Could we do a catch weight? Possibly. But I'm only going off of the 147 because that's simply what she said. So I'm holding her to that.
Wolf, you got a question for Alycia?
Yeah. Hey, Alycia, how you doing? I wanted to
Hey, it's
Alycia, bro.
Alycia.
Alycia.
All
All right.
right.
So I wanted to ask you how do you see a fight between you and Claressa? How does that do for women's boxing and from your opinion, from your perspective?
How does it benefit women's
Yes, how do you see
boxing?
that benefiting women's boxing?
So I see it benefiting boxing. I think that when we talk about great fights, when we talk about two athletes, two champions, me myself coming.
You cut out Alycia when you said me myself. Alycia, can you hear me? Can the speakers hear?
Yeah, she's cut out. Yeah, she's cut out at the moment.
Yeah, we can't hear her.
Oh, we can hear you now, champ.
There she goes.
Okay, can you hear me now? Okay. Yeah, like I was saying, this sport or this fight would benefit boxing. You have two athletes, two champions. I know I'm the best, so I'm saying I'm going to move up to challenge this quote, this so-called the greatest of all time, and I think it just shows the pedigree of what boxing is, right? I think the sport of boxing is competitiveness. I'm a competitor. I'm great at. Can you hear me? Did it cut off?
No, you
I
good,
can hear
champ.
you.
Good.
Oh, you're
I
good.
can hear
Oh,
you.
okay. Yeah, it just shows that the competitiveness in two people, and I think it's going to show why one athlete is just superior. I think that's just the end all be all is who's more superior. You have someone who's great, who's accomplished the Olympics and the gold medals and all. I can't even keep up with the accolades, right? But you also have someone who has the work ethic, who maybe doesn't quote unquote have all the belts, the gold medals, but I got work ethic and I got heart and I got skill and experience. I just know that trumps everything. Like that's just what I know. So I think it just shows who's going to be just more superior in the game of boxing. And I just know I'm better. Like real shit.
Hey, champ, was it a little disrespectful that she like put her hands on you and touched you? Like she talked about how she was able to, essentially like slap your hand and you didn't do anything. And you like looked at the crowd in her Instagram live.
Right. Well, listen, if we know anything about Claressa, she thinks she did her big one by slapping my hand. And this is what I want people to understand. If I wanted to drag this girl, I would. But guess what? Everything's playing in my mind. I think before I do things because I look at the bigger picture. I am a world champion. I am undisputed at 130. I have a lot of people and a lot of fans, young girls, young kids who look up to me. Just imagine me fighting Claressa. Is that a good look? I know a lot of people love that. They love it. They eat it up. I should have did this. I should have did that. No. I'm 30 years old. I got bigger and better things coming my way than to be slapping around this girl. But Claressa is a hype man. She hypes herself up. She got a big crowd. She thinks she doing something. She really not. She's very immature. And in that moment, I had a choice to make. I had a choice to either drag her or keep it moving. And I kept it moving because at the end of the day, Clarissa is who she is. She's insecure, like I keep saying. She's all for the rah rah. So it was disrespectful, but at the same time, I'm like I'm not surprised either. But it all comes down to me and how I respond, and I responded correctly. I know that, and I get paid to fight. Okay, I'm not tussling for free. I got a whole dress and heels on. You know what I'm saying? Nah.
Yo, Truth, you had a question, bro?
Yeah, what's going on, Alycia? How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, Truth from A-Side Boxing. So, I mean, I don't really want to turn the conversation too much, but as somebody who is a hardcore fan of the sport, right? I'm listening to this like Claressa conversation, and now with the weight issues with her wanting that a certain weight, and you feeling like you could do 147. You don't look at people like Chantel Cameron, maybe Katie Taylor, and because obviously, like for the boxing casuals, they got to know who you was from your fight in England. So you don't think going over there and making a big 140 fight with Cameron or trying to make something shake with Taylor at 35 would be damn near just as big as a Claressa fight for you?
Absolutely. I think those are great fights. And again, I've been very vocal about making fights with a Chantel Cameron and a Katie Taylor. when you deal with this boxing business, you if you know how it works, it's not that easy. You know what I'm saying? It's operating in different ways. I don't mind to fight these other girls. You know what I mean? But I also mentioned Claressa, so it's just a matter of promoters coming together and saying, "Hey, we can make these fights." I've definitely called out Katie Taylor. I actually want Katie Taylor now, but you know she has her other fights ahead. So you know, right now it's all talk. You know, Claressa talking. You know, I'm there to talk too, but at the end of the day, I'm here to make the best fights. I love to fight. I love what I do. And whoever it is, we can get in the ring and make it happen. It's just a matter of what makes sense.
Appreciate your time, champ.
No problem.
Yo, AK, you up?
Hey, what's up, Alycia?
How are you?
I'm good. I wanted to tell you, I've been a fan of yours since way before the knee injury and all that, and I thought you coming back off that knee injury to come back and do what you did overseas and get that world championship was crazy. Like, uh, big props to you for all that, coming back off of that. But, a lot of talk about the Claressa and all this, but there's a lot of talk about Amanda Serrano too. I was wondering if you have appetite to make that fight. I know she's been up and down in weight classes throughout the years, and I think that's a big name that it would be a great fight to put on, like, sell out a big arena and you guys could do your thing. How's that look? Are you interested in that fight?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for just understanding the background on how I overcame, you know, coming back from that knee surgery and just how my journey went and just becoming world champion. That took a lot of heart and a lot of hard work. So I appreciate that you know that. Also, like I mentioned, Amanda Serrano was called out. I really believe Amanda Serrano is on her way out. They don't want that young bull on her ass. Like, I want that fight. I want them all, right? And I've mentioned that too before. Again, it's very hard when you know the fighters want to fight, but the promoters are not able to come up with something, or the networks. It's just I'm just willing. I think you guys know in boxing, the fighters are willing to make the fights happen. It just comes down to what makes sense as far as the promoters and the money and all that stuff. So I would love a fight with Amanda Serrano. I think that'd be perfect. I think we could definitely sell out the Madison Square Garden. Um, Again, I think she's treading lightly. You know what I mean? She's almost out the game. You know what I'm saying? So I think I saw that she may be fighting Katie Taylor again. I don't know.
A quick question, and it's for Bill. I mean, you're obviously going to be in the corner if they fight with Alycia. How much does the weight play a factor into this fight if they would fight? Because obviously she's going to be moving up in weight to fight Claressa. Okay, he's probably not even here. Or
Yo,
champ,
Bill.
Alycia. Just tell the world, how did you link up with Bill? Like, what was the move? Why? Did it make sense? Undisputed and undisputed in one house.
Um, just to touch on your other question real quick, I want people to understand. I know I make 130, but I can walk around 47. I was at 153 at one point in my life. So I think gaining weight ain't an issue. Like when you have the right team to put on good weight and still move the way you move, that's gonna trump this whole bigger weight thing. Um, that's with that. But as far as me and Bill knew each other for some time now, and Bill has always called me like, "Queen, we need you." You know what I'm saying? Like he just, you know, when people have your best interest, you know what I'm saying. You know, I gave it some time because I was handling my own business, but I always believe in the right timing. And again, it's just like when you are at the top of your career, I'm at the top of my career. I love to grow, I love to learn. And I'm on my eighth trainer. There's nothing wrong with that. I want people to know there's nothing wrong with gaining from multiple people. I've trained with Sugar Hill, I've trained with Jonathan Banks, I've trained with multiple trainers, and I've gained a lot. That's why I can fight the way I fight. And you know, shout out to Tony Harrison for also helping me get to where I was. But I also know there's levels to this game, and as an athlete and someone who loves to grow, I was ready to make that transition. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let me go see what Bill's talk about. Got to train with Terrence Crawford and his team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm able just to gain more and more. So, I just love it. I like being around like-minded people like myself. Like, boxing is what it is. When you can surround yourself with, other champions and stuff, it just makes for better work. That's all.
Yo, boxing nerd, you got one?
Yeah. So we were talking. You were talking about the weight just 2 seconds ago. My question is why Claressa has a problem with you wanting to make the fight at 147 when you're jumping up 3 weight classes, 130, jumping over 135, jumping over 140, going to 147 to fight her, but she can't cover a couple of pounds to fight you at 147 when she was going to fight Chris Cyborg at 147, but she can't fight you at 147. So I'm just worried. I'm wondering why that's an issue when you're jumping 3 weight classes to fight her.
Hey, that's a great question. That's a great question to ask her because that's what I'm trying to figure out. That's why I keep preaching, girl. You talking about you fight this girl at 147, but you can't fight me and you want me to jump up how many weight classes? I really think, I don't really think, I know Claressa is threatened. This is what y'all got to know. Nobody was barking up Claressa Shields' tree. I said I would fight her. Now it's like, oh, it's personal. So now that I'm coming with that heat and I'm talking my shit like I always do, and you mad, she's threatened. So she wants the most advantage she can get, and that's all that is. She want to make 47. She could. I know she could.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. Like the weight talk and everything is just kind of, Claressa ain't been pressed like you tried to press her, and that's where we at now. And I thought for real at first it was gonna go cool because you just gave her like a polite call out, like, hey, I think we two of the
Yeah.
best. Like, let's get it on, right? Like, we got to do this. Like, let's see who really is the best. And I thought it was going to go cool, and like she was going to oblige, but shit's changed, and it is what it is. But you know, um, I just think that it's definitely something that people have been waiting on, and however long it takes to happen, and whatever you got to do to make it happen is what people want to see.
Facts. Listen, like I said, I'm willing, but let's be honest. Like, Claressa got to be willing too. You already preached to 147. Let's make the fight. Make the fight. I'm not. Listen, y'all. I ain't scared of nobody at all. These girls don't put no fear in me at all. I've been doing this. I've been doing this for way too long, and I love what I do. So we'll see.
Hey,
Well, I
I'm
think
sure a lot of
that's
people
the
got a
point.
lot more boxing questions for you and everything, and but I'm used to being on Remy Spaces and Remy the co-host, and we like to get in like just get in where we fit in, talk our shit, and see what everybody's doing. We're just trying to see like what are you into outside of boxing? What's your interest? What do you get down with? What are you doing when you ain't training?
Man, y'all, listen. This is one thing. I'm always working. I'm a businesswoman, and I'm just always dipping and dabbing in a lot of things. And even though I may not post on social media, just know I'm always working, and I kind of keep these things private till, things come to how I want them to come. I'm a perfectionist on how I want things done, but just know that I'm working. I actually got a podcast, a really nice podcast next week in LA that I'm doing. Um, so look forward to that. I'm dipping and dabbing in a lot of things. It's not just going to be boxing. I want people to know that. A lot of people know, or some people don't know. I have a wrestling background. This is why I'm interested in MMA as well. I started wrestling first, and then I boxed. So there's just so many avenues as an athlete that I'm able to do and to touch on, and I just been working on those things. So again, I'm always working, always training. Outside of that, I like to kick it. I'm a chill type of woman. I like to be in the gym though. I ain't gonna lie, it's just what I do. It's a
So,
lifestyle.
what kind of
I
music you
love
listen to
training.
when you're training?
Shoot, y'all want me to share the playlist? I will.
Do it.
I'll share the playlist with y'all. Um, We can do that. I'll post that on Twitter. But yeah, play Let's Go Hard. I'm very all over the place. But yeah.
Boxing
Yeah,
barbecue. Did you have a question, bro?
yeah, I was just gonna say I 100% agree with AK, right? Like we like to get to know y'all as people too, right? Because you're more than just a boxer. So
Right.
we hear from Bill, right? Like you got the heart. We see you want all the smoke, right? So we all know you have the heart too. Just curious, like were you born with that, or was there somebody in your childhood that really helped instill that in you?
Man, I would say it's a little bit of both. I come from a hardworking family. I come from a family where we always got it off the muscle. We always got it out the mud. We didn't make excuses. If it's one thing that my dad always instilled in me was work ethic. He said they ain't gonna be given to you. You got to work for it. And when I was younger, like my dad made me box when I was younger, and at one point I hated it. But I'm also happy that he pushed me because today, I'm just happy that I have that work ethic, and I don't have there's no give up in me because something got to come from the hard work that I'm putting in, and that's the faith that I actually kept throughout my career. So it's in me, not on me, and a lot of people recognize that without even me having to say it. So the ones that see it know it, and the ones that want to see it gonna believe it. You know what I mean? So that's just what that looks like.
Thanks for sharing. I have 3 daughters, so I love seeing the women make it. So you keep doing your thing, champ.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yo, Two-Tone, did you have a question for Alycia?
Oh yeah. What's new, man? It's your boy Two-Tone Superstar. Please say the superstar. Salute to the undisputed champ, Alycia Baumgardner. Alycia, what do you think of Claressa's rap skills? Are you bumping the single? I think it's trash, respectfully. What do you think of it?
Man, listen, when I get in the booth and I drop them bars, y'all gonna know the difference. That's
Oh, you
all I
got
can say.
bars?
Like, listen, I can do it all, y'all. Y'all just don't know it. But again, there's a time and a place for everything. Like I said, Claressa do what she want to do. I think every fighter at the point do what they want to do. But I'm definitely killing her in every area. So
Okay, and to keep it real, when I saw when she grabbed your hand, I was absolutely terrified. Like I feared for your life, being that she been in the MMA. What was your thoughts when she grabbed your hand? Did you think it was going to be like a guillotine situation? Like what did you think?
listen, no, listen. I'm a type of person who sends off energy. Claressa, again, she's all that. She's for the look. She wanted me. She thinks she did her big one. You know what I'm saying? I think I see her tweeted like, "Oh, she punked out." If y'all think that's fucking out, go ahead. Think what you want to think. But like I said, I get paid to fight. You know what I'm saying? I get paid to tussle. And I'm also looking at the bigger picture things. I got heels and a dress on. Like let's be real. You know what I mean? And I know security was right there. So go ahead, do how you want to do it. But again, I realized the position I was in. You know what I mean? So
And
gotta think bigger than what's going on. I'll tell you that
in
much.
regards to Amanda Serrano says, I don't like when fighters call me out. I want to be nice, kind of like Canelo, respectful. What's your thoughts on that? Because I like when niggas like say, let's just run the fade. I don't need to be friends. I just want to run the fade. What's your thoughts on how Amanda Serrano wants you to be respectful in order to get the fade?
Listen, shut that soft shit up. We don't want to hear that. We want to fight. I get it. There's a line that you draw, but at the end of the day, Amanda Serrano's in the fight business. We fight. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. I know you nice. I'm nice too. I'm very nice. But I'm also a fighter too, and I also know when I want that smoke, I want to fight, and I'm gonna call you out. That's just what it is. Ain't no hard feelings. Stop taking shit personal. You know what I mean? It's a fight game, y'all.
Yeah,
Like
that's the chilling.
we get paid to fight. Like we get paid to get in the ring, and we get paid for people to watch it. Like I don't know why people get so butthurt and bent out of shape with stuff like that. It be blowing my mind.
And one
Maybe
last,
you just have to ask politely too, though. I don't know.
You said what?
Just ask politely. Can I get the fade? Like maybe that's all you got to do. You be in there.
one last
it's a way to talk.
one last thing. Claressa was talking about she might walk out with Adrian Broner. What's your thoughts on that? Is that musty? What's your thoughts on that?
Listen, again, y'all, very immature. I wouldn't go very just immature. Like, go ahead if that makes you feel better. Like, at the same time, you looking at the same type of people. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you do. This is the thing, y'all. Like, I sat out for 9 months beating my case. You think I care what people got to say about me? Do you really? Like, I've overexceeded that. People are going to talk. People ain't going to like me simply because I fight good, I look good, I talk good, and etc. There's just the rest goes on. Again, Claressa's very immature. She's a child. She has no growth as a woman, and it shows. And I actually feel bad for her because how do you have a team and you have people around you who aren't telling you how to do things? That's sad. You know what I mean? Like, let's just be real. Like, take the other shit out of it. That's sad. I feel bad for you, type shit. So cool. If you want to walk out with Adrian Broner, be my guest. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, that's that immature
That
stuff.
Adrian
So,
Broner shit don't mean nothing.
not a damn thing.
That's right.
Yo, Rico.
Yo, big up, guys. I just want to say big up, Remy. Alycia, it's lovely to speak to you for the first time. Well, not the first time. I think I met you when you were over here for the weigh-in. When you fought, oh my gosh, I can't even remember. It was yeah, exactly. But no, I just want to big up yourself, big up Remy, big up Bill Haney. Remy, your platform's growing and growing, bro. Very proud of you, my brother. I just have one question, to be honest with you, champ. Obviously, we've all seen, because I'm actually interviewing Dimitri Salita tonight. So obviously, I'm going to be asking him the same question. But I think we all saw the tweet in regards to zero interest about that fight with you and Claressa. Sorry if you guys have covered it and I've only just come in. But is that true in terms of zero interest from your side? I think when he tried to reach out to you and your team.
So this is what y'all gotta know. When you're dealing with a Dimitri Salita, a smaller promoter who's trying to gain any type of attention, just like his fighter Claressa Shields, they're gonna say that on the internet. Dimitri knows me very well. I've known Dimitri since Detroit days, and he knows I'm about that smoke. He know that I will fight Claressa, and to say that there was no interest is a lie. And that's just all I'm gonna say. You know, obviously that's his fighter. He's gonna defend her in any type of way. Cool, but y'all, I ain't got a reason to lie about the stuff. I'm trying to tell you, there's no reason to. I said what I said. I'd fight her, and it's up to her.
No, fair, because like I'm gonna be asking him the same stuff, and I just wanted to get your word on it. But thank you so much, champ, and thank you so much, Remy.
No problem, bro. Truth, you had another question?
Yeah, hey, champ. I'm just wondering. Obviously, when you look around the landscape of the sport of women's boxing, you got a lot of fighters that could do a lot. But it seemed like you and maybe one or two others, a few women fighters that's like got all around skill. I think, well, from the general public, the one knock I think people would have about you is people like to say that you got gas tank issues, right? So my question to you is that do you feel like that's just people that don't know the sport of boxing talking, or do you feel like there might be some validity to that and you working to maybe better, I guess, your endurance during fights?
I would say from my last fight in July, I don't think I gassed out at all. Like, I did what I wanted to do. And people have to understand every fight you get better. If people think my gas tank be going out, cool. But for me, I always look at things as a bigger picture, as a full. If it's my jab needing to be better or my defense needing to be better, the gas can always be better. You know what I'm saying? I think that's with any fighter. So again, I'm at the point where I'm working on everything. So again, come this next fight, you'll see that the gas is premium, okay? And that's just what y'all gotta just look at.
For sure, Chan. My last question: like after your last fight and you had those results come out, and obviously the world of boxing is saying this, is saying that. What's something that you learned about the business of boxing that you might not have known before those results came back how they did, and the world reacted?
Listen, this is all I'm going to say. Politics, y'all. If you know, you know. And that's just all I can say about it. Like, politics, I did what I had to do to defend myself. And I'm happy that, I'm still here. I kept my titles and things like that. But it's politics. And when you're great, you just know the rest. You know what I'm saying? Just look at the other great athletes. That's all I can say.
Hey, champ, sorry. Oh, sorry, my bad, guys. This will be my last question, then I'll have to love and leave you again. Big up my guy Remy, an incredible space. Just obviously in regards to you and Matchroom. Now, obviously, this Matchroom have lost the purse bid for your next fight, and when I think we've all seen the interviews, obviously with Eddie, that there's not the most confident in when he was asked if you were going to carry on with Matchroom. You obviously don't have to answer this, but how likely are you to carry on your journey with Eddie? Because obviously he's kind of made it quite clear that he wants to carry on working with you.
Yeah, so I think with Matchroom, it's been a great few years with him. Right now, we're all in negotiations to see what's next. So you just got to stay tuned to what that looks like. Again, a lot of people only see what they see on the internet, but a lot goes on behind closed doors. Sure. And we're always working. You know what I'm saying? We're always it's the interest of the fighter. What's the best way for Alycia to expand and to be at the top of her game. So just know that those conversations are happening, and you guys will see.
Thank you so much, champ. God bless you. I wish you all well. God bless everybody in the space. Remy, really proud of you, my brother. Thank you guys so much, and take care. Have an incredible evening.
Appreciate it, Rico. Have a good one, man. Yo, Brando.
Yo, yeah, what's up? I wanted to ask who your favorite fighters and stuff, fighters that you feel like you could get things from that you like to watch.
That's a great question. I would say right now, being in camp with Devin Haney, I'm older than him, but you can always learn from everybody. I think Devin Haney is a great fighter to look at. Canelo's a great fighter to look at. David Benavidez, I actually met him for the first time yesterday, last night, and listen, he was enjoying the show. I know, the comments about him. That man was enjoying boxing. But I like to watch a lot of fighters and just gain knowledge from. But when you're able to have it up close and personal, like myself, just being out here in Vegas, you just gain from that. And like I said, I'm a student of the game. I'm a sponge. I love to learn. Watched the fight last night between Hitchens and Lamos. Thought that was another great fight just to take notes on. I'm always paying attention to what I can do to better my game. So, any fighter that's in front of me that I'm able to watch, I'm watching them.
Yo, Blunton Boxing, you up?
I really don't have any question. I just really wanted to make a statement. That's just that I'm genuinely happy that we were able to get this space done. Can you hear me now?
Drop down and drop back in. Boxing Nerd, did you have a question, man?
It's just a two-part question. As an athlete, you're instructed to take care of your bodies. So if you were to drink or do other drugs, how could that hamper your performances, and could that shorten your lifespan as a boxer? In your personal opinion, and how many times a day do you work out? Just two-part.
That was a really odd question. Say that again.
So as an athlete, you're instructed to take care of your body, right? And you hear that drugs and other things can hamper your performances on the night, along with your life as a boxer as well. Because we see some boxers kind of.
Sir, I'm gonna stop you right there. First of all, if you asking me as a fighter, if you think drugs and alcohol is involved with that, then that's not even the right type of question to ask. Just know that I'm always on top of my game, and I'm always going to make sure that I perform when it comes to fight night. So
No, I wasn't talking about you in particular, but in a general aspect.
Listen, you don't have to talk to them about that, but that's not a question.
My
for me.
Yeah, yeah. Queens of the Ring, how y'all doing?
Hola, how
Not
y'all
girl, not
doing?
doing.
My
Not you
ghetto
doing,
cousin,
baby.
what it do, fam? Over here hanging out with these people. How
I
you
can't
doing?
with you. I can't
I
with you.
see. I just got a really quick question for the people. Are you pulling up the Franken tank? That's my only question.
This
That's
You know,
my. I know everything else I want to know. I ain't got to listen to nobody else and what they got to say. I just need the real tea. Is you coming to the fight?
Queen, we got the 420 fight. That's the one that's up next.
I don't know. It cut out. Maybe it's me. I'ma leave and come back.
I could hear you. I like Alycia might have cut out. Alycia, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I can hear you. You are clear now.
Okay.
Yo, Bill, you had something to say, Bill?
Oh, absolutely. I've been hearing it just falling back, and I know what the first thing that we came on was the elephant in the room, and I think that people aren't really grasping the greatness that Alycia is trying to make and do. We know who Claressa is, and we know what she's done in the sport from the amateurs to becoming two-time undisputed. What Alycia is attempting to do is to two weight classes.
We heard two
Afraid of.
weight classes, Bill. You cut out after two weight classes, Bill.
I said what she was attempting to do is go to two weight classes to fight a fight against a woman that's very accomplished in the sport. And I believe that Claressa Shields also said that she would go down to 147 to make this fight. So let me put this in so people can understand. Claressa Shields, her accomplishments that she's had has been at 154 pounds. For her to go down to 147 would mean that she would step down one weight class to 147. Alicia's big or at 130. So that means Alycia 17 pounds, while Claressa would be coming down 7 pounds to make this fight happen. That's one. I believe that two. I also want to allude to the fact that what makes Alycia special is not just the heart, not just her story, but for all the reasons why that she's fighting where most she's fighting for women, she's fighting for the little girls, where most women and girls tend to fall back into their stereotype of using their looks, which I'm totally impressed with her. That not only does she look good and she speaks really articulate, and she has the background where she could do other things that she chooses to be a fighter. And for those reasons, I totally support the queen. But saying that this fight should happen outside of the ring and not happen inside the ring, somebody is blocking. The people that would be saying that don't and don't really understand the greatness that she's attempting to do. So I would say like that would mean that Devin would go. He would go to 154 pounds right now and be willing to go to 154 pounds. And that's two weight classes. But then they say no, go up to 160, go up to 160 pounds, right? So, I mean, I just can't say enough about what she's trying to do for females and do for in this sport in terms of pushing greatness. I don't believe Claressa is scary. I don't believe that she's a scared girl, but I do know that with both of them to make this fight happen, they have to step out of their normal comfort zone. And for Alycia to step out of hers and go up two weight classes, and then to ask Claressa to come down one weight class seems fair to me. Thank you.
Everything he said, for real.
Completely fair, especially like I just think if it's gonna be something that's gonna happen soon, it definitely need to be some concessions made because a lot of people this would like that fight would really shake the culture up. I think a lot of people would travel from far and wide to see that happen. It's I know I would for sure. I would definitely want to even cover it from top to bottom, press conference, everything. It would be a special moment in boxing. But we got Nika. She wanted to ask a question.
Hi, everybody. How's everyone doing? Hi, Alycia. So,
Hello.
I have
Can't
a
hear you,
question.
Nigel.
Oh, you can't hear me?
I can hear her.
Okay. So my question is, I know
You
you've been
said you can't
saying,
hear Alycia?
I can hear her, yeah.
you've been saying that Claressa has been doing this for attention and she's a clout chaser. But I honestly feel like she's just been keeping the same energy that you guys have had online. Like you, if we're being honest, you have been saying some spicy things to her and kind of, it's been back and forth the same. And you kind of called her out while she was training for an MMA fight. So now that she's not training for a fight, I felt like she was just keeping the same energy. So like, I don't really understand where you're saying that she's trying to get clout. Like, can you kind of break that down?
I'm just saying, in terms of how Claressa does things, there's nothing wrong with talking shit. We both talk shit, but it's how Claressa goes about things. You can say what you want to say outside of her having a fight or not. I'm just specifically talking about last night. Claressa knew she had to do something. She wanted the attention right then and there. And when we talk about keeping the same energy, we can talk back and forth. But when you have no substance for me to talk about, and you talking about I'm broke, I'm only undisputed one time, what'd she say? Whatever. There's just no substance to that. So I'm gonna cut it off because you're not talking about nothing for me. And Clarissa's just messy. There's a way to talk shit, and she just do it in a distasteful way that I don't gotta listen to if I don't want to. That's why I walked away, because I was the bigger person in terms of you already put your hands on me, and I'm not about to go out of character and drag your ass like I know I could. You know what I mean? So it's a matter of how you do things, and I operate different than she does. Then that's the difference.
Okay, thank you.
I couldn't hear nothing Nika said.
Ow. No, she heard me, so I'm gonna drop down. Thank you.
She might have to leave and come back.
Yo, Hip Hop is dead. You got a question, bro?
Yes, yo, salute Remy, salute everybody in here. Alycia, you mentioned that you walk around at 153 or at one point. So is it realistic that we can get you and Claressa next year sometime, when you put on the weight?
Listen, like I said, if you didn't hear Bill, Clarissa said 147, y'all. She can make that weight, and if she want to be great and she want to call herself the GOAT, then what's up? That's all I'm gonna say. That's why I keep pressing the issue, y'all. She texts my phone personally, talking about coming to 147. So let's stop the other rah talk about this 154. It doesn't make sense. Come to 47, we'll make the fight.
Talk about it. Can I ask one for Bill too? Bill, who realistically do you want after Ryan? I know there's a couple of definitely different options, but who realistically do you want? And Devin?
Yo, Bill.
Yes, sir.
You heard the question he asked you?
No, I didn't hear it. My bad.
I said
What you say?
after Ryan, who do you guys like personally? Like, who do you want to face, and who does Devin want to
I
face?
don't know
I
why I
know there's a
can't
lot of options.
why I can't hear Remy.
Hey, hip hop, bro. I'm gonna drop you and then come back.
Okay.
Yo, Jay, Sports Takes. Go ahead with your question, man.
Hey, what's going on? Alycia, I just got a couple questions. First, I kind of want to ask you, right? When it comes to boxing, what is like the biggest misconception when it comes to the sport?
The biggest misconception?
Yeah.
I guess there's a few things. If I could point one out, I think that I would just have to talk about women's pay. I would just say just
With the extra two.
Oh, there's another person on.
Whoever that is,
The
mute your
women's.
mic while Alycia talking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would just say the women's pay. I think we've been fighting for equality when it comes to pay, and I think that because I'm a woman in the game, I don't think that should make a difference. We're doing everything our male counterparts are doing. So let's put some respect on that and make sure that we keep changing the sport for the younger generation.
Okay. And then just one last thing, right? Obviously, you've been boxing for a very long time, and I kind of want to ask you, like, what is the end goal when it comes to you for boxing? Is it more on the influence side? Do you want to get multiple championships? What are you kind of like? What's kind of the end goal?
The end goal for me, it's too early to really speak on, but as far as like what I see myself doing is being one of the greatest women fighters that's ever stepped in the ring, making these great fights, putting up a challenge, being the competitor that I said I've always been. And it's building the younger generation. We have so many young girls who are wanting to box. And if we can build a platform for them to be respected, to be seen, that's what I want to do, because it's not really about me. It's about giving back and being an influence. When you are a fighter, you have influence with you. So just more can come from that.
Totally. All right. Thank you so much for answering my questions, man.
Hey, Remy, what was the question?
Yo, hip hop is real, bro. You on? Hip hop is real. You on, man?
Shout out Two Tone, doing a great job. I've been retweeting your stuff. Shout out to Ron G as well. And HLD, is that you in there? Come out them bushes. And where's Teofimo Lopez at? I ain't heard from you forever. When you was around here talking where the meeting at Bob's office. Where's Teofimo, and why are they so quiet? Do I got to go down there to the liquor store and look for Teofimo Senior HLD, or are you just gonna be quiet?
Man.
They acting like they ain't finna stay at 140. That's the vibes they're giving me.
Sorry, Alycia. When I see some smoke, I run to it.
Okay.
It's funny because I seen the exact guy you talking about post before trying to cap like he think T.O. want that smoke.
Yeah, and when I see them guys, I don't go the other way. I don't act like I ain't heard from them, but they done got quiet right now. I don't know what Teofimo is talking about. But April the 20th, Ryan Garcia is in for a rude awakening. And the boxing world is going to get a chance to see a fighter that has improved within 4 short months, from December the 9th all the way to April the 20th. You're going to see different levels. And Ryan Garcia, his back will touch the canvas. And it's going to be up to him and all the might and all the will that he has in him and his corner and his belief system that's going to make him get up off that canvas, because Devin going to put him there. His back going to touch the canvas for sure.
Yo, Ron G, you had a question, my man?
Yeah, actually, one for Bill and then one for Alycia. Real quick, Bill, what was your thoughts on Hitchens' performance last night against Gustavo Lemos?
I mean, it definitely didn't live up to the shit that he talked, for sure. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, is there's levels to this shit. I talk, Ron, because of where Devin is. I talk because I know what kind of fighter. We've stepped up in those challenges.
Respect. See, and the champ,
him in there.
Oh,
you got a chance.
Bill, you kind of cut out.
What I lose or hadn't learned how to lose, and I don't know if that fight has taught him. I think that he's leaving feeling that he won the fight. What do you think? Do you think that it was a robbery or not, Ron?
It was. I scored it as a draw, to be honest, but I could have seen it either or. So I didn't know too much about Gustavo Lemos. I'll keep it 100, but I guess I expected more from that performance from Richardson Hitchens. So
yeah, well, Ron, you know boxing, and if Alycia go up to 154 and fight Claressa, then Devin may as well go up to 100. Same thing.
You cut out when you said Devin might as well go up, Bill.
Is that what do Canelo at 160 or 168?
You cut out, Bill.
I said, does Canelo fight at 160 or 168?
Oh, 68.
68.
Oh, he fight at 168. Well, who was the 160-pound champion now?
Janabek got 2 of the titles.
Yeah, same thing, man. Same thing as Dev go up and fight Janabek. Now, you can have a grudge match and you can say, okay, I'll come up a weight class. I might even come up 2. But you don't go up no 3 weight classes and then say that you want that fighter, or you expecting that. If the fighter chooses to go up to 3 weight classes, maybe Crawford might go up 3 weight classes and feel like it. But you see, if he doesn't and says that he can go up to 2 weight classes, then that's a major accomplishment. You go up 1 weight class, that's an accomplishment. But 3 weight classes, I mean, that's crazy. I don't know of anyone that has done it. Do we know of anybody that has done that thus far?
Not in this era, for sure, for sure.
Right. So in order to get this fight, in order for Alycia to give a fight that the people want to see against a great fighter in Claressa Shields, she must do something that no one has ever done. I think that that's a bit excessive. But when you say go up 2 weight classes and a fighter come down 1 weight class, then we understand. We understand that the 2 fighters are doing something. They're doing their most that they can do to bring the fight to the fight that the people want to see. I mean, and it's only then got more hotter, the fight since they had that face off the other night. But I don't know where it's gonna go.
Also, real quick to Alycia, Claressa mentioned that when you fought Michaela Mayer, she gave Mayer a game plan to beat you, and she gave you a game plan to beat Mayer. Is there any truth to that?
Man, hell no. Listen, Claressa was in disbelief when I beat Michaela. Let's just keep it 100. Like, if you saw that video when I walked in and she saw me right there and she dapped me up or whatever, everybody honestly didn't think I was going to beat Michaela, and I made her leave that night. I don't even know people that already knew how to beat Michaela.
Yo, hip hop is real, bro. Did you have that question ready? Okay, J Sports Takes.
Yeah, I just got a question for Bill. I do want to ask, for your son, what is a dream fight that you'd like to see him in? This can be either, boxers today or even in the past. Was it a space
Is he
glitch?
talking or
No, I
no?
think he's muted. I don't know I don't know if he's here or not.
Yo, Bill, did you hear him?
But anyways, y'all, just to touch on me for a second, I really appreciate y'all coming on these spaces. I think this is actually a really cool platform just to speak on. Um, as you know, I have my mandatory coming up. We have Delphine that I am fighting. I love this fight for myself. She fought Katie Taylor twice. She fought Christina Leonardo too. She has a great resume, and we knocking her out.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, the stuff I'm learning in the gym right now, ooh wee. Like I said, I'm stepping into my prime. I'm the baddest and the coldest, okay, and the best to step in that ring. So stay tuned, y'all. It's a great space to speak on. I want y'all to leave this space knowing that we move with class, and we always about our business. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. By the way, you should definitely do more spaces. These are really fun.
Yeah, I think I will.
For sure,
Can I
Alycia. We
can I
got a
sneak a
lot of
question in?
understood today.
Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Alycia?
What's going on?
Thank you for having us in the space today. First and foremost, want to give you your flowers. Um, so my question is, I know Alycia Baumgardner, she's at a much heavier weight. Uh, you know, would it? And I know you can go up. because you're at an elite level. I know you can go up, whether it be a catch weight or what have you, and show that you can be great. However, on a more immediate note, wouldn't it be easier to get like a Serrano or a Katie Taylor in the ring? Just wanted your thoughts on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said earlier on the space, I don't mind fighting Amanda, Chantel, Katie Taylor. I want the Katie Taylor fight, to be honest. That's the fight that I do want. Right now, the conversation is, me versus Claressa. Cool. But we want the Katie Taylor fight. We want the Amanda Serranos. We want, the Chantel Cameron. So, again, I'm not ducking no smoke from nobody. I said it before. I'll fight anybody. I don't got no fear in these women, okay? I know what I'm capable of doing and what I'm great at. So if I gotta say it louder for the ones in the back, I will.
Yo, hip hop is real. You there?
Thank you, Alycia.
Go ahead.
All right, y'all. Well, I'm about to enjoy my day. It's a beautiful day
Yes,
outside.
sir.
Happy
Yeah,
Sunday. I
Bill.
hope y'all blessed, working, and all the things that y'all do, okay?
Yeah, thank you, Alycia. Thank you for coming on.
My question.
It was great talking to you. Want to make sure all your supporters have a direct line to you so they can always speak with you. Thank you for hitting me up so we could get this done.
Yeah, y'all welcome. We'll do another space here soon. Y'all stay blessed.
My question is for Bill. I don't know if he's still around.